Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're not just talking about cloud security. We're going to build a fortress, a digital one. We'll walk through the absolute essential AWS services you need to construct, defend, and keep an eye on your applications. So you've poured countless hours, maybe even blood, sweat, and tears into building something incredible. But here's the thing about the cloud. That's only half the battle. The other half is protecting it. So in this explainer, we're going to lay out the blueprint for your digital fortress, how to build its walls, how to secure it, and how to monitor it 24/7.
Every great fortress needs a solid foundation. And in the AWS world, that foundation is built with two services that are, frankly, non-negotiable. They act as your walls and your guard logs. So let's start right there.
This right here, this is the fundamental question of all security, of all auditing. If you can't answer this simple question, you're flying blind. And in the world of security, believe me, blind is the absolute last thing you ever want to be.
And this is your answer, AWS CloudTrail. The easiest way to think about it, it's the fortress's security camera system, and it is everywhere. It's always on, logging every single action, every API call made by a user, a service, even a script in your account. Nothing moves without CloudTrail seeing it and writing it down.
And this is why CloudTrail is so incredibly powerful. See, it's not just about logging who created a resource. By turning on something called data events, you can log who actually accessed the sensitive data inside, say, an S3 bucket. And for any real security investigation, that difference is absolutely everything.
A fortress has to be secure, for sure, but it also has to be functional, right? It doesn't matter how strong your walls are if the people inside can't get anything done. The exact same thing is true for your application. And this is where CloudWatch comes in. It acts as your fortress's central monitoring dashboard. It's collecting all your performance metrics to see if your servers are getting overworked, it's triggering alarms the second a threshold is breached, and it's gathering all of your application logs into one spot. It gives you that complete visibility into the operational health of everything happening inside your walls.
So we have our foundation, but a modern fortress needs more than just walls and logs, right? It needs an intelligent, automated defense system. It's time to add our AI-powered surveillance and some automated guards who enforce the rules 24/7.
You know, back in the day, finding a threat meant you had to manually dig through mountains of log files. I mean, it was slow, it was painful, and honestly, you'd probably miss something. Today, we have Amazon Guard Duty. This is your AI-powered security analyst. It is constantly scanning all your logs, CloudTrail, network, DNS, to find threats for you automatically. We're talking crypto mining, compromised credentials, you name it.
Let's be honest for a second. Human error is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, risk in cloud security. Someone with the best intentions makes one tiny change, like making a private data bucket public for a quick test, and bam, you've got a massive data breach on your hands.
AWS Config is the service that prevents this kind of mistake from happening. It's your automated compliance officer. It is continuously checking the configuration of every single resource against a set of rules you define. All day long, it's just asking, did anything change, and is that change allowed?
And here are a few really powerful examples. You can deploy a rule that just flat out prohibits any S2 bucket from being made public. Period. It stops a data leak before it can even happen. Or a rule that blocks unsecured SSH access from the internet, closing a huge door for attackers. This service turns your security policy from a document nobody reads into active, automated enforcement.
Okay, so now you have Guard Duty finding active threats, and you have Config spotting risky misconfigurations. But that can be a whole lot of alerts. Security Hub is what brings it all together into a single command center. It gives you that famous single pane of glass to see your entire security posture, track your compliance score, and work through one prioritized list of all security findings.
Our fortress is now pretty smart. But what about the specific roads and pathways that lead into it? This is where we need to add specialized sensors to monitor the traffic, giving us really deep visibility into our network and web requests. Two of the most critical sensors here are VPC flow logs and AWS WAF logs. Flow logs let you see the traffic inside your virtual network, your VPC. It tells you exactly which servers are talking to which is essential for network forensics. And your WAF, the web application firewall, logs every single request that hits your app, showing you that constant stream of automated attacks, like SQL injection attempts, as they're happening. Without these, you're just blind at the network level.
Security is critical, we know that. But like we said before, so is performance. And when something does go wrong, whether it's a performance issue or a security breach, you've got to have the right tools to investigate quickly and effectively.
You know that dreaded user complaint? The app is slow. Where do you even start looking? It used to be just guesswork.
But with AWS X-Ray, you get a visual service map. It actually traces a user's request as it bounces through all your microservices and databases and APIs, and it shows you exactly where the delay is. It turns debugging from an art into a science.
You know, an alert from guard duty is really just the beginning. It might tell you an EC2 instance is compromised, but the really critical next question is, how? That's what Amazon Detective is built to answer. It automatically crunches terabytes of log data to build you a visual graph that connects the dots, the user, the IP addresses, the API calls, showing you the root cause. It can shrink an investigation from days down to just minutes.
Okay, for our last piece, let's zoom all the way out to the central command center. This is where all the data from our logs and our sensors comes together for massive, large-scale analysis. It gives us the intelligence we need to manage security across the entire kingdom.
And one of the most important new services in this whole space is designed to solve a huge data problem. I mean, as you add more and more security tools, you end up with logs in dozens of different formats, all stored in different places. It becomes an absolute nightmare to try and analyze.
Well, Amazon Security Lake is designed to fix exactly that. It's like a data pipeline for all your security tools. It automatically pulls in data from all your sources, AWS services, third-party tools, even stuff on premises, into a single data lake. And crucially, it converts everything into a standard, open format, which makes it so much simpler to search and analyze everything in one place.
So wow, we have covered a lot of ground. To sum it all up, let's use this simple analogy table to help choose the right tool for the job. If your goal is to see who made an API call, you go to CloudTrail. That's the security log. If you're trying to find a hacker, that's a job for guard duty, your AI detective. And if your app is just slow, X-Ray is your performance map.
By layering all these services together, from those foundational logs and walls to the intelligent defense grid, all the way up to a central command center, you shift from a reactive security posture to a truly proactive one. So the question to leave you with is, what have you built? A real digital fortress, or just a house of cards waiting to fall over?